Alright. The last bit of the game. Who planted the bomb? Huh? Wait. You only need to search one person.
Why?
Because I figured out who did it. You made me replay the first game, spent 8 hours playing in the first game already. Oh my god. I'm glad I could do that. I'm glad I could help you with that. Rekindle your joy for the game. I know who did it. The words were out of my mouth before I'd even realized I was saying them.
How can you... There's no way.
Yeah. I met Fai's gaze and nodded, then turned away. I know who set the bombs. That person. Boom, boom. That person is you! Deal!
Come on, what is this? Are you high?
Well, we're about to find out. Sorry, Kay, but could you hold him down?
Well...
It's on him, I promise.
Knock it off, Sigma! You're doing this all backwards.
So, this isn't a court. Besides, all we want is to know who set the bombs. And why are you getting so worked up anyway? If you're innocent, then a search will show that... and I'll look like an idiot.
Try. That's some bullshit totalitarian logic. What are you even basing this on? How do you know I set the bombs? Just
because I know about the Myrmidons.
What? I beg your pardon?
No. How do you know that, Sigma?
Oh, that's not all I know. I know about Free the Soul and I know about Brother.
What the hell are you talking about?
I can tell you the details later. But there's no question that you were the one who set up the bombs.
Who the fuck do you think you are? None of that has anything to do with me. I don't know who the Myrmidons are. And I don't know what Free the Soul is. And I certainly don't know anything about some old fart called Brother.
Oh Dio, tell me, how does that foot taste? Who the Myrmidons are? I don't recall saying the Myrmidons were people. And what about Brother? How would you know his age if I haven't said anything besides his name?
Wait, so he's left? But that means he's a terrorist.
A terrorist? Oh dear.
Left?
Well, looks like I won't be able to talk my way out of this one. Seriously though, when did we get so famous? The Myrmidons aren't supposed to be something anybody knows about, let alone you two jokers. Okay, you got me. Yes, I'm the leader of the Myrmidons. My real name is Left. I was sent here to stop Zero Senior's AB plan. That's why I planted the bombs. If it looked like the plan might actually succeed, I was supposed to blow this whole place sky high.
AB plan?
What's that?
Oh, well, looks like you don't know everything after all. I should have been more careful. Then again, it's not like it really matters. After all, you're gonna die here.
What?
God damn it, no. I leapt towards him.
Whoa there. Better not come any closer. You think I'm not prepared for this? Take one step and it'll be your last.
Then that thing you're holding.
It's the detonator.
Yeah, I guess it is. Now back the fuck off!
Dio, please calm down. If you press that button, you'll die too.
So, believe me, there's plenty more where this came from.
What?
Now that we've cleared that up, back off! Come on, move it! Go, go, go!
We had no choice. Slowly, carefully, we backed away. All of us, except for one. Tenmyoji.
Hey,
Hiya, Grim.
Grandpa.
Hoi hoi.
Your hearing gone? I said back off.
No.
You... I'm not screwing around here.
I can see that. So why don't you do it? Go ahead. Press that button.
What?
Tenmyoji!
Something wrong? Hurry it up. I'm not getting any younger. Oh, do I sense hesitation? What's the matter, Dio? Scared? Well?
You son of a bitch.
So you were just bluffing.
Not bluffing, goddammit. You hear me? I'll do it.
Oh, I'm sure you will. But there's really something I should tell you. See that detonator you're holding? It's a fake.
What?
For just an instant, Dio's eye twitched down into the device in his hand. That was all the opening Tenmyoji needed.
Yeah!
He cried out as he leapt through the air. Tenmyoji's leg shot out, knocking the detonator from Dio's hand. Shit. Not good.
What happened?
The detonator. He doesn't have it anymore.
What? What's happening? There's a red light on it now.
Oh, you really fucked up, Tenmyoji. This is what happens when you try to show off.
What?
I'm sorry. This is my fault. I didn't have time to tell you how it worked.
What are you saying?
The detonator isn't supposed to be separated from Dio. If it is, then the timer on the bombs automatically activates.
Damn, how much do you know? Fine, whatever. Well, he's right. If that thing ever gets more than a meter away from me, it activates. When it does, it starts the timers on all the bombs. So thanks to this old fart, you get to try and defuse a bunch of activated bombs on a countdown. You can go ahead and destroy the detonator if you want. Once the timers have been activated, they'll go off anyway.
How long do we have? When do they explode?
You should know, Sigma.
13
Why don't you tell
minutes.
her?
Dun dun dun.
30 minutes? That's crazy!
Yeah.
How do we stop them?
The emergency deactivation
None of us
passwords.
know them, though.
Right, none of us know, but there's someone who does, isn't there?
What, hoping I might spill the beans? Nice try. Unless one of you is secretly a medium, I think you're shit out of luck.
Wait, a medium?
Well, I'm out. Peace.
Wait. Stop. I threw myself towards Dio and wrapped my hand around his wrist, slamming it to the floor. He struggled, but I put all my weight on it and kept his arm pinned.
Shit! Let go of me, goddammit! Get off of me! Let me go!
Liam O'Brien was Akihiko's original voice actor and the one you're gonna hear in all other Persona games where he's in. Why, it's Liam O'Brien? I know Liam O'Brien was voicing Vice in Nier, right? He continued to struggle, but I wasn't going to let him go. I shifted my weight to free one of my hands, and I started trying to pry his open.
Hey! I'm not fucking around, alright? Let go of my goddamn arm!
By then, the others had run over and piled onto Dio along with me. Even then, he refused to stop. With increasing desperation, he tried to get the hand I had grabbed to his mouth.
We don't have a choice. Luna, go get the Soparil.
No, if we put him to sleep, we can't get what we need out of
You
him.
think I don't know that? What other choice do we have? Every minute we spend wrestling this prick is a minute we don't have to deal with those bombs. We don't have time for this.
Shit.
What are you doing, Luna? Go! Right. Okay, I've got it. I'm ready when you are.
You can do whatever you want to me, you fucking cowards! You're still gonna die! Go ahead, tell yourselves you can fix it. Run around like idiots before you get blown to atoms. Serves you fucking right! You're gonna burn!
Oh, for God's sake! Luna, shut him up! Right. Here goes.
As it began to climb off of him, I finally pried Dio's hand open. There it was, just what I'd expected. A small, unassuming capsule. I didn't know what was in it exactly, but it was undoubtedly some kind of poison. I stumbled towards the sink and tossed it into the drain. How much time do we have
25
left?
minutes or so, I believe.
And how much time until the white doors open?
25 minutes. The same.
So, what do we do?
We put in the password and stop the
We
bombs.
searched Dio, but he doesn't have a note or anything with the codes on it.
Well, only one option left then.
Yeah, and that is?
Intuition. We trust our hunches.
That's... Are you suggesting we just... guess?
Do you have a better idea?
Well, no, but...
Wait, there's another way.
What is it?
Before I can tell you, everyone has to promise to do exactly as I say. No questions. What's your answer?
We all nodded.
Good. First of all, Sigma, you're coming with me. The
Right.
rest of you, listen up. I want you to take Alice, Quark, and Dio to the Floor B warehouse.
Huh?
Why?
Didn't I say no questions? Good. That's it, we're done.
That's... it?
Is there a problem? I seem to recall you promised to do exactly what I told you to do. Okay, we don't have much time left. Now get moving. Sigma, you're with me.
Fi turned without waiting and headed for the door. Before I could blink, she was gone. I gave everyone else in the infirmary a quick thumbs up and a shaky smile. Take care of these guys, okay? We'll see you back on floor B before you know it. So, just trust us, alright? Good? I couldn't think of anything else to say. I turned and ran after Fi. See how this goes now. Yeah, I got all the passwords now. So what do we do now?
Get the input device ready.
Alright then. All hooked up and everything.
How many minutes do we have left?
Well, they'll go off when the doors open, so... 21 minutes.
That means we have 7 minutes per bomb. That includes travel time, though.
Bomb number 2 is in the control room on floor B. And bomb number 1 is also on floor B with the garden. So, we just need to hurry, right?
Yeah.
So, what are we supposed to do? I mean, you do have some sort of plan,
It's
right?
not like I don't have one.
Then stop being so mysterious and tell me. What the hell am I supposed to do?
You need to make a jump.
Jump?
Yeah. To another world. Another history.
I
You
can't.
didn't just guess that Dio set the bombs, did you? You knew it. Because you remembered it happening in another history, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, but that's, I
You
mean...
just have to do that again.
So you're saying I need to go to another history and get the password out of Dio somehow?
Doesn't have to be another one. It could be this one. Just go back to the past and question him. Then again, if you do that, you might end up changing things so you don't end up here. That would mean you couldn't deactivate the bombs in this history. So you have to come back to this exact moment or...
Ah, damn it. This is so
Well,
confusing.
don't think about it then. We don't have time anyway. Just jump.
Okay. I get it. See you later then. Are you insane? You're talking about transporting myself across space and time. Also, why should I have to do everything? Can't you jump
My
too?
jumps happen suddenly out of the blue. I can't control them.
Neither can I.
That's a problem.
Just go back in the past
All right,
and play shitty
consider
games
this.
that suck ass.
Maybe we've already jumped from another history to this one. but our memories of that history got damaged or something. We forgot most of what happened in that other timeline. If we can remember even a little bit, though. Anyway, it's just a hypothesis.
Are you saying I might know it already? And I just have to try and remember it?
Yeah, I feel like we know. So, anything? We need the bomb password. Do you remember hearing it in another timeline?
I stared down at the input device. Password, the bomb password. Actually, I did remember it. I had heard it. It's ED. Wait, no, it's E. Q. D. D. Y. R. N. T. K. Wait, this is bomb 2, right? Oh, it's a bomb 3. Alright, that was bomb 3.
Good job. It worked.
Phew. I sighed and wiped what felt like a bucket's worth of sweat from my forehead.
So, you knew the password after all. Interesting.
Yeah, I guess I
You heard
did.
it in another history? Just
Yeah.
what happened in that other timeline? Never mind. We don't have time for that. How much longer?
18 minutes.
Good. We've still got time. Come on, let's go. We've still got 2 more. The number 2 bomb is next on the list.
So we're heading to the control room.
Right. No time to waste. Oh, and don't forget the input device.
And then she was gone. I hurriedly disconnected the device from the bomb and chased after her. Yeah, right, let's not remember that. That's O2 now.
You got it?
Yeah, right here.
Hook it up.
Right. Done.
Okay. Hurry it up. Plug in the password.
Done. Hey, what the hell?
Calm down. You probably just typed it in wrong.
No way. I'm sure I
Try
did it right.
again.
Yeah, nothing. The password's no
Then
good.
it's different. All 3 bombs use different passwords.
Yeah, looks like it.
Shit!
Fi slammed her foot against the locker, her face uncharacteristically twisted by anger and frustration.
This is bad. What the hell are we gonna do? Try and remember it. Did you see or hear anything in another history that could be a password? A different...
I mean, like, a different history from the other one, I remember.
Yeah, you figured it out there. You just can't remember it very well right now. Remember what happened with the last bomb. This one is just like that.
Another history, the password. Do I know what it is? Can I remember it? I have to. Oh no, this coop stain on his hands, man. not the coom stains.
Damn, this is crazy. So you did know it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Don't scare me like that, alright?
Come on, it's not like I was hiding it. I just couldn't remember it at all. But at first, and then it kind of floated up. Or maybe it drifted down.
Point is, we disarmed the thing. Amazing.
You sure don't sound very amazed.
Okay, that just leaves us with the last bomb.
No, 2 more bombs. It's in the garden.
Right. Let's go take care of it while you're on a roll with these things.
God, you make it sound so easy.
Don't just stand there. Let's go.
She spun around and was gone. I gripped the input device tightly and headed off after her. Where did you find a device? I think it was in the locker? Where you get like the keys? And the map and stuff?
Finally. A lap. How many minutes left?
Less than 10.
It's okay. We can still make it. Just stay calm, alright? You have the input device?
Yeah. There we go, connected.
Okay, go. We've
Go?
done this twice already. Do you really need a third pep talk?
You want me to remember another password,
Exactly.
right?
What else would I be talking about?
But
Don't sweat it. You did great the last 2 times. I'm sure this one will be a cakewalk. 3rd time's the charm, right?
that's not really how that's used. I'm just worried that lightning's not gonna strike twice or thrice in this case, I
No, I
guess.
think mine still works. There's nothing to suggest the 1st and 2nd times aren't charmed too.
I guess
Whatever. Just do it. You're the only person who can.
so. What about you? You can jump to other words too, right?
Yeah, but I can't remember things as well as you, alright? I'm doing the best I can, but either I haven't seen the stuff you have, or I just can't remember it. Maybe we've been going to different worlds. Anyway,
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
counting on you.
The password, the password, the password. Remember, remember, Sigma. Come on, lightning can strike twice or even 3 times. You can do it. You did it before. You did it twice before. This is nothing. You're a champion. Come on, Sigma. You can do this. Pull open the door to your memories. Yeah! Suck on that, Dio, you arrogant son of a bitch! Ah, that feels good. I haven't felt this satisfied in ages. It's like my whole brain is just swimming in endorphins. I feel like I'm just going to melt and dribble out my ears. This is without a doubt what heaven feels like. Honestly, I feel like I could fly right now. Hell, I almost wish there was another bomb so I could feel this again. Well, say no more. There is one more bomb. Isn't this great? Fi? Hey, what's going on? You're really harshing this vibe here. Would it really kill you to smile? We just saved everybody. Oh, awesome, not that I need it or anything, but it sure would be nice to get a thank you or something. Oh, thank you, Sigma. You're the greatest. You're so awesome. I'll dress up in that swimsuit for you. Just like I promised. Ow, please. Ow, please. Good morning, ow. I mean, just a swimsuit thing would be fine, really, but... Are you even listening to me?
I am. You said you wished there was another bomb, right?
Well, I mean, I don't
I
really...
hope you're happy. You're going to get your wish.
What?
I remembered something too. Just a glimpse. We must have confronted Dio about the bombs. I'm not sure how, but we got him to tell us about them.
Exactly. I've planted 4 bombs. They're the ones numbered 1, 2, and 3. But there's also one more. Bomb number 0.
I felt a cold shiver run down my spine. Suddenly I remembered it too. I'd heard Dio say those very words on the floor B warehouse. No,
Looks
no
like
way.
you remember it too.
Yeah.
How much time do we have?
Shit. We've only got 4 minutes.
Well, hurry up. We need to get to the 0 bomb.
Right. I yanked the input device out of the bomb and turned to chase after. What are you just standing there for? Go show me where the bomb is.
What? Are you telling me you don't know where it is? You have got to be kidding me.
How the hell would I know where the bomb is? Oh shit, you don't know? She bit her lip and nodded. Damn it. What the hell are we supposed to do now? We can't deactivate the bomb if we don't know where the damn thing is.
Calm down. Just calm down. You need to think, Sigma. There has to be a clue somewhere. Pretend you're Dio. You need to hide the bomb. Where would you hide something important?
Hide something important. Hide. If it was Dio, where would I hide? Ah!
Sigma, wait! Where are you going?
Don't follow me. Go find the others.
Idiot! Do you really think I'd do that?
I could hear her following me, but there was no time to argue. Instead, I focused on my goal. There was still time.
Here?
Yeah. Should be between these AB rooms. Good, I was right. How much time do we have left?
About a minute.
Shit!
Hurry!
I'm hurrying as fast as I can. The input device was plugged in, I was ready to go. Now I just had to enter the password. But what was the password? I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd already used up my 3rd time charm. Still, I had to try. I shook my head and concentrated. Is that a 2? No! It was actually fairly anticlimactic. There wasn't time for anything, no time to say goodbye to Phi or try to shield her from the blast, for all the good it would have done. Fuck! Oh! Dude, that's an L! Bro, I thought that's a fucking Z or a 2, but the pen just made an extra line when I fucking typed that's an L. That's an L? Dude, thank God I can write my own fucking handwriting. I can read my own handwriting. That's supposed to be an L. Bro. Bro, how fucking long is that? It stopped.
Yeah.
Fine, I crumpled to the ground. The adrenaline that had sustained us suddenly gone.
How did you know it was here? Did you see it in another history?
It's hard to explain. The short version is that Dio hit something here in another timeline. I guess maybe he'd put the bomb here too.
Pretty good guess.
Yeah.
Well, you did it. So, thanks.
Oh, I don't need any thanks. Just
what?
that swimsuit. About that swimsuit you promised.
What? What on earth are you talking about?
Chromatic doors have opened. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
This is bad. The white doors have opened. We need to hurry. Everyone else is waiting for us in the Floor B warehouse.
What about the swimsuit?
What the hell are you going on about? Just go!
Before I could protest, she turned and ran towards the magenta door. I sighed and headed off after her. I ran into the warehouse to find everyone else already there. They had done as Fi asked and brought the 3 unconscious members of our party back to the doors. Fi and I shared a quick glance, then headed over towards them.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm so glad you're safe.
So, did you disable the bombs?
Yeah, I could have done it in my sheep.
Don't you mean in your sleep?
Thank you so much! Yeah. Good job, you guys.
No need to thank me. Although, I mean, if you insist, I wouldn't mind a little swimsuit time.
What? Huh?
You're disgusting.
One minute remains until chromatic doors close.
We need to hurry.
Everybody know who's in their group?
Yeah, I'm
Right.
set.
Then let's move.
At Miyoji's command. No, we start with yours, Rock! At Miyoji's command, we broke off into our teams. Kay carried Quark on his back and dragged Dio along the floor and through the wide door on the left. Clover and Luna carried Alice through the door on the right, and Miyoji, Fi and myself ran through the center door.
10 seconds remain until chromatic doors close. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
They're already inverted.
0 chromatic.
Bro, we invert them back. Q. Whoa, oh, my eyes! Oh! Oh, fuck, my eyes! Jesus Christ, dude! Bro. Bro. What the hell? See you tomorrow, Tavi. Have a good one. There's nothing
Well, there
here.
are doors. The one we came in. And that one, which I'm assuming is the exit.
Yep, figures. I won't budge.
The plaque on the door just said Q.
Bro, my eyes. Q. What the hell is that supposed to mean?
Really? Now someone's just being a smartass.
Huh?
Nothing. Maybe the Q is for question.
Well, I guess it is a very questionable
There was
room.
a deck of cards here. Maybe the cue would be for queen.
That's a quality guess right there.
Right. Well, we need to get out of here. Let's find a way to get the door open.
We also need to find the star keys. I've got enough BP to open the door, but you guys need to play the AB game some more.
Yeah.
We still need a few more points.
If we can get those star keys, we should be able to play the AB game as many times as we need to. So,
It's just a matter of time until we get the points we need.
right.
Well, let's get
Good.
started then.
Okay.
Okay, what are we supposed to do here? The room's empty. Wait, do you hear something? Huh. How much do you want to bet it has something to do with that? Guess we should go have a look. I think this cube is just floating here. How the hell is it doing that? Who knows? Can't tell just by looking at it. Why don't you touch it and see if anything happens? I don't understand what's going on here. Have another look at it. Huh? The cube, look at it again. There were winning and losing panels on the wall. The cube can help you find the winning panels. When the winning panels, and only the winning panels are highlighted in cyan, the system will activate. Here's how to find the winning panels. When you select a panel on the cube, it will display a number. Each surrounding panel will also display a number. This number indicates the number of winning panels that Is that just fucking Minesweeper? Wait, that's just fucking Minesweeper. The hint that appears in the cube is different for each side. Hypothetically, if the wall with the exit is the north wall, then the wall to the right of that would be the east wall, which would make the wall with the entrance the south wall, and the wall to the left of that would be the west wall. That would mean that a hint that appears on the west side would actually refer to the east wall, and the hint that appears on the north side would actually refer to the south wall, and the hint that appears on the east side would refer to the west wall. Make it more complicated. Adjacent walls don't provide hints for one another. Each hint is specific to that wall. That means that even if there are winning panels on the border with an adjacent wall, those panels will not be reflected in the initial panel's numbers. Note 3, there are a total of 8 puzzles hidden in the walls. Examine the floor to view the message. Hey, where? Alright, so we're basically looking at we're always looking at the wall, right? So that was everywhere like 0, right? Except here. So that means... So the 2 is winning, the 3 is winning, the 3 is winning, the 2 is winning, the 1 is winning. So it's just like the left side, right? Oh my god. No. Oh, what the hell? Interesting. So that's how this one works. It looks like there's more of them. We should keep looking. No. No. Wait, can you go back? What is this? It's got some kind of weird pattern on it. Nothing happens if I touch them though. Maybe something's missing. Like what? Can't we just go through there? It looks open. So, if we do this now, right? So it's the 2, the 3, and the 2, right? This one then. So it's bottom 2, 3. And there was like this here, right? Bro, what the fuck is this room? Something just slid out of the wall. You can look around more by exiting zoom mode or return to normal. Okay. That's a dartboard. I remember seeing this before. Come on, who hasn't seen a dartboard before? Now, so what I mean. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before in this building. It's just this board is different from a normal dartboard, you know? Let's try it out. What do you mean try it out? Isn't it obvious? There's only 2 ways to use a dartboard. Either you use it to hold pizza, or you throw darts at it. What is this? I think I've seen something like this before. Oh, you mean one of those exercise machines where you twist your hips around? No, I don't think so. This doesn't look like a fitness machine to me. Kinda ruins it when you take it serious. Damn it. I can't remember. Good job. Screen, huh? There's nothing on it. Okay. No. Bro, oh my god, I fucking held it. I hate moving around in this game! Just stop! Fucking stop. Bro, just around, man. Please, let me just move. Bro, whoever. Dude, can I? Oh, I can press Q and E. Oh my god, that makes it so much better. Oh my god, that makes it so much better. Okay, so it's those two and those three. Uh-huh. Have a good night, Sparrow. Have a good night and sleep well. Thank you for hanging out today. I appreciate it. Oh, it's that thing again. There's a small depression with the transparent cover on it. It seems to be part of the table. I think there's a blue memory card in there. Roll the 6 dice to move them to where they need to go. The direction of each side of each die must match a specific pattern, and choose which die you would like to move. Okay. Wow, how do I know? How am I supposed to know what? There must be... there's nothing that we can do here. There must be more clues around here somewhere. Okay, so I'm guessing come to this puzzle. Dice! Looks like 4 purple books. Let's go through each one of them. What the? There's nothing written here. I mean, all the pages are blank. Are the other books the same? Let's have a look. Nothing here. Blank too. Something wrong. There's something. Is there something in that one? No, the pages are all blank. It's just this one. Well, there's some pictures put in between the pages back there. 3 of them, it looks like. Aha. That's exactly what I need. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we got an 8x8 grid. Eight. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. God, is that bad? Okay. So blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The blue one. And then we have a blue 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a green 6. 1, 3. Up, 1 up. That's a green 2. And that is a red 3. 1, 3, 1 up. A red 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So B1. Okay. Red 3. Green 6. Blue 5. Red 4. And green 2. Hey, Carol. So there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so maybe we have to go down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. I didn't space the top ones? Alright, yeah, Wayne, that's correct. They need to all go one to the right. Never mind. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. I don't know, like... What view are we looking at? Like, from what type of view? Oh, wait! Ah! One, two, three, four, five. So that one is correct, right? Like this? Now we need a 4. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Ha! Got it. I had a feeling you could do it. Good job. Have a look at this. Hey, it opened. Oh. We're playing some darts next. Those missile. What the fuck? They're darts. Look over here. I think that's a green memory card. We can't get it out though. The glass is covering it. I think we can get some darts out though. Okay, I'll grab a couple. Okay. Looks like this is a scoreboard of the dartboard. Get a score of 100 with 3 darts. However, the first dart must land in the green area, the second in the blue area, and the third in the red area. To throw a dart at a particular area, grab it by pressing... Okay. But I've sworn I've seen these darts before somewhere. Whatever, time to do some dart. Okay. So it needs to be green first. So it's just, wait, so it's 11, 16, 14, 28, it's 42, it's 8, that's 13, that's 26. Again. That's 9. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. How do we make 100 out of those? Let's take 42. No. $27.39 equals 66. 40 equals... Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. 27 plus 39. That's too many. We only have 3 dots. We need to make 103 dots. No, 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 no. We have to... The first dot goes into any green, the second goes into any blue, and the third one goes into any red. Got it. I got it. Piece of cake! You see that? My dart skills are undeniable. Yes, I saw it quite clearly. That was very nice. Do you really think you had to stand a whole 2 meters and 30 centimeters away from the dartboard though? I'm a fair man. My high school voted me most likely to be a judge, you know? Okay, okay. That's great and all, but look. See the display case? It's open. Great! Now we can get that green memory card. Pick it up! Okay, now this... Oh, it's that hexagonish... Oh god, no! Change the colors of the correct ones by selecting the hexagons and triangles. Remember that you only have 5 moves to complete this puzzle. I feel like I've done this puzzle somewhere before. Oh well. Doesn't really matter, I guess. Oh fuck, how does this work again? That was super simple. Oh, that was super simple. How the fuck did it go? Oh. Did I solve it? Yeah, that must be the answer. Look. The glass doors. They opened. Well done. That was some good work, Sigma. It's a binder. Let's have a look. There's only a single piece of paper in here. It says Q Chamber Special AB Game. Hints for the AB Game Q edition. 3 people will definitely choose Ally. 3 people will definitely choose Betrayal. 1 is a mysterious mirror man. He will always do whatever his opponent does. First answer, strive for 9 with 6 cooperators. Second answer, we must be the only ones to surpass 9. Okay. Okay, where do... Oh, in here. What the heck is this ridiculously huge thing? There's a screen down there. It looks like this is the only part you can actually interact with. But it's dark, there's nothing on it. There's some card slots underneath the screen. They look just like the ones on the polling machine in the AB room. So that means we need to put some memory cards in here, right? Yeah, like the one you've got in your hands right now. Would you look at that? Looks like you turned it on. US, A and B are all pairs consisting of 2 people. C, D and E are solos consisting of single person. First you move the pairs A and B to the blank areas on the left under pair. Next move solo C, D and E to the blank areas on the left over solo. A pair and a solo aligned vertically with VS between them will face off against one another in the AB game. You can still move icons even after you've placed them. Once an opponent has been selected, the game will begin. Choose the vote for the US pair, either ally or betray. The results of your match will be displayed along with the results from the other teams. If the correct number of people reach the target BP after playing 3 rounds, the game will be completed. Hey Skywalker, hi. I need to put this down actually. Hope you're doing well, Skywalker. So we don't know who's voting what, right? Did you know? Did I know what? The fuck was that? So wait. Here was a betray, and here was a betray. That means A betrays and E betrays. Okay, A and E betrays. So now we have to figure out let's do this. Okay. So, did you know if you hold a thought, it will travel to your brain and turn to a shitty idea? Speaking from experience, Skywalker. Took you long enough. Oh no, wait, it wasn't. E was the betrayer. Alright, so now we have to figure out. It's too slow. Okay, so we need to get to 9 points, but not the rest. We need to get to 9 points, but not the rest. Ah, fucking E. Got it. Way to go. Good work. Hey, look at the screen. So would this be? Could this be? Should this be? I knew it. Okay, it's star, moon, sun. Oh my god. Good job. You open it. Well done. Okay then, let's see. What's in here? First off, 2-star key cards. We can use this to play the AB game as many times as we want. Hold on. Those keys are important, but look at this. Excelivir. The Radical 6 cure. Oh. Thank goodness. I don't know what to say. Quark is going to be okay. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright. I kinda wanna play this game again to get the other one, actually. Cause there's like this portal thingy. I wonder if we play this game again. Because we need to... The only ones to surpass 9. So we need to be the only ones to surpass 9. So we need to win against D. A is betraying. So is it this? Now we betray. Okay. So then we can get C, because he's copying us. And let's play those against these. Okay. It's done. Oh, it's just a fucking secret file. Still don't know what to do with this one. I thought like maybe we can get something bad out of it, but I guess I was wrong. Alright, let's go. Stop there, jeez, one more time. 3, 2, 1, let's go!
Huh, it opened.
We should get back to the Flore warehouse then.
Hey, wait. Did you guys hear something?
What?
You didn't hear it. It came from over here. It sounds like something's turning on. See? I told you. The screen wasn't on before.
You're right. Guess it was set to turn on when we opened the door.
It looks like an authentication screen. I think we need to put in an ID and a password.
Yeah, but what?
That was when I noticed the illustration. The lion is eating the sun. The lion is eating the sun. The lion is eating the... Memento mori, remember death. If the 9th lion ate the sun. Oh, of course, this was the real 9th lion. But if that was the case... I'm guessing. Is this... Do I just put the same in here again? Okay.
Sigma!
I was the exact same again. I wonder, I still have like 2 passwords down that I marked with Lion 1 and Lion 2. I don't know what the fuck they are about.
Look!
You are...
Akane. Her name is Akane Kurashiki. I've been looking for her for a very long time.
He walked towards her, slowly, carefully, almost as if he was afraid of scaring her away. He reached out.
She's a hologram.
Tenmyuji squeezed his eyes shut.
Akane.
He closed his hand around empty air and let it fall to his side. There was a moment of sad silence and then she began to speak.
I see you finally arrived. I've been waiting for you. Well, I suppose that's slightly inaccurate. What you see now is a holographic message I recorded before you came here. Unfortunately, this means I will not be able to answer your questions, at least not directly. I hope you will understand. Now, where to begin? You probably have a great many questions. What day is it? Where are we? Who is Zero? And what does he have to do with Akane Kurashiki? But I imagine there is one question that rises above all the others. Why were we brought here? The answer to that is simple. Everything that has happened here is part of our plan. All of this was required for the success of the AB project. I assume you heard the name by now, at least. In any event, you were all needed in order to execute our plan. The nonary game was necessary for the same reason. Your question now, I imagine, is just what is this AB project? The answer to that is also simple. Allow me to explain. We created the AB project for one purpose: to transport the consciousnesses of two people into the past. Those two people are you, Sigma, and you, Phi.
What do you mean the past? The moment the words were out of my mouth, I realized no one there could answer the question. Not Phi, not Tenmyuji, and certainly not a pre-recorded hologram.
Have you figured out what this room is? I assume you saw the Q on the door. It stands for quantum. That makes this the quantum room.
It took me a moment to realize she changed subjects without even pausing. There was nothing we could do, of course, but I still felt a twinge of frustration.
Take a look at the rear of the room. Do you see that large enclosure? That houses our quantum computer. The systems that control this entire facility run on that machine. That includes the construct you refer to as Zero Jr., as well as the golems. All of them do their thinking in that box.
How?
Isn't that strange, though? It
Wait.
seems contrary to how we perceive the world.
How does she know about Zero Jr.? How does she know that they are calling him like that when they just made it up during the games while she was already dead? Oh no, wait, she didn't. Wait, no, she died, right? Yeah, she could, but she didn't call him Zero Junior. Zero Senior and Zero Junior is something they made up during the games. They made those names up during the games.
The body, the thing that you see and interact with, is somewhere else. But the mind and all its thoughts are in this box. Perhaps it isn't so strange, though. Perhaps humans are the same, with our minds and thoughts existing separate from our bodies. Our core is individual thoughts and act according to individual wills. That makes communication difficult, though. So, we're forced to rely on inefficient mediums like language, photographs, non-verbal cues, etc., to transmit information. Each one of us is an individual, and we have no direct connection to anyone else. But is that really true? In the dimensions we are most familiar with, yes, it is. If we look at things from another higher dimension, however, we may all be connected after all, like the branches of a tree or a rhizome. Imagine a horizontal cross-section of the root system of a large tree. All you can see are the spots where the roots intersect the plane of your cross-section. In the two dimensions you see, the roots all appear to be individual things with no connection to one another. But this isn't the case. If you expand your view and look at the root system in 3 dimensions instead of only 2, you see the truth. All the roots join together at the trunk. In 2 dimensions, they appear to be separate. But if you look at the roots from a 3rd higher dimension, you see things that might appear to be separate from one another in 3 dimensions could be connected to one another if you look at them in 4 dimensions. Doesn't that at least seem like it could be a possibility? I believe that is how human consciousness actually works. Well, I'm not the only one, I suppose. Zero and I share that belief.
Morphogenetic field theory.
Tamiyuji mumbled something that sounded like nonsense. I opened my mouth to ask him what it meant, but Akane was already talking again.
Now, when I talk about a 4th dimension, I'm referring to the 4th dimension used in Minkowski space-time. Let's start with a single dimension, where all that exists is a point. Connect points to one another, and you have a line. In 1 dimension, the only surface you can create is that, a line. But move to 2 dimensions and create more lines, and you can create shapes. These are 2-dimensional surfaces. Move up to 3 dimensions, and you can connect these shapes to one another and form 3-dimensional objects. Now you have a 3-dimensional surface, which encompasses a volume of space. Connect 3-dimensional objects to one another, and you formed a 4-dimensional object, which encompasses a volume of both space and time. It is on that 4th dimensional axis that our minds are connected. If that was true, then what would prevent anyone from sending their consciousness backward or forward in time? That theory is the foundation of the AB project. The A represents after, and the B represents before. It probably sounds silly to you. A ridiculous story made up by a bad old woman. But look at what's happened to you. You've seen many different worlds and timelines, haven't you, Sigma? And what about you, Phi? I know you have too. Am I wrong? Tenmyoji should know what I'm talking about as well. I believe you experienced something very similar nearly half a century ago. You sent your consciousness to the past to help save a little girl's life. It was a long time ago, but perhaps you still remember.
Yeah, of course I do. How could I forget? That little girl was you, Akane.
Suddenly, it felt like Fire and I were outsiders trespassing on something we had no right to see. Tenmyuji's face was torn with emotion as he looked into Akane's eyes. It seemed almost like she was looking back at him.
Now, unfortunately, my time is up. The final stage of the project will begin very soon. I need to go prepare. The next time we meet, I can tell you the rest of the story. So come and find me. I'll be waiting.
So she's alive in the
One
sunlight.
last thing. The cat in the box. Is it alive? Or is it dead? Sigma? Phi? You will decide its fate. Goodbye.
Wait!
So
Akane,
she is the cat in the box. Or what?
Oh, Tenmyuji. I can almost see you. You don't need to worry. Everything is going to be okay. I will see you again one day. I promise. But I'm going to have to ask you to wait just a little longer.
Wait! Akane!
And then she was gone. Tenmyuji collapsed to his knees before... Tenmyuji collapsed to his knees, his back hunched and shaking. I saw tears land on the white-knuckled fists he pressed against his thighs. I kept quiet. What was there to say? Phi and I looked at one another and nodded silently. With a shaking hand, Tenmyuji pulled a photograph out of his pocket. It was a picture of a girl. After all that we'd been through, her smile was enough to break your heart. I don't think he's Junpei. Oh, is he? We made our way to the warehouse on floor A and met up with the others. Is he? I don't know. It took only a few minutes to decide to head to the infirmary. So it took a longer going, yeah. As soon as we arrived, we began to treat Alice and Quark for Radical 6. I gave Luna the Excelivir that I found in the queue room. She quickly prepared it and... Under Booba! Injected Alice and Quark.
Thank goodness. It will take some time for them to recover completely, but they should be fine. Good.
Indeed.
Thank you, Luna. And thanks for finding the medicine, you guys. Thank you so much.
Don't sweat it.
No need to thank us.
Tenmyuji said nothing, just walked over to Quark's unconscious body. He took the small boy's hand in his own and held it tight. He took this. I could see tears at the corner of his eyes as he shed. I can't even read anymore. Suddenly, I remembered Dio. Where had he gone? It didn't take me long to find him. He was sprawled unconscious on the floor beneath the sink. Handcuffs?
Oh, we found those in the crew quarters. Before you returned, we went to check on the bomb in room 2, and we found them there. Of course, the bomb was indeed turned off. Thank you again for dealing with them. You are, quite literally, Lifesavers, you have my eternal gratitude.
I coughed awkwardly and looked pointedly around the room. I glanced over at Fi to see she was doing the same thing. After that, we headed back to the Floor A warehouse to play the AB game, specifically me, Fi, Kay, and Luna. Clover and Miyuji decided to remain in the infirmary, just in case something happened with Alice and Quark and Dio. Luna would represent Clover's team, with Quark and Dio sleeping. Kay would represent their team by default, which left me, Fi, and Miyuji. You should vote.
I'll let you handle it. I chose Betray in the last round. You probably don't trust me right now.
What? That doesn't matter now.
Excuse me. I apologize for interrupting, but I think you should be the one to vote in the next round fight.
Why?
You already have 9 BP. There's no reason for you to choose Betray now. You see?
Hey, you're acting like it might actually try and betray her.
Not necessarily.
What does it matter what he's suggesting? We're almost there. We just have to play the AB game 3 more times. Then we can all get 9 points. But that means each representative has to choose ally all 3 times.
Okay, I'll vote. You sure you're alright with this, Sigma?
Yeah, I trust you. I handed her the star key.
Shall we open the doors?
An ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
Oh, right. We have to wait for the deadline.
Oh, well, we could vote earlier. But then each voter would be stuck inside the AB room for 45 minutes.
Okay, let's go back to the infirmary then.
I agree. Please, lead the way.
Luna and Kay set up towards the yellow door. I was about to follow when...
Hold on. I just remembered something. The AB room on the left. In one of the other histories, she...
Oh yeah, you're right. Akane's body was in there. What does this mean? Why didn't we find her body this time?
Maybe because she wasn't murdered.
But how? When did history change?
Do you remember what Akane said?
The cat in the box.
Yeah, she's the cat, right?
Is it alive? Or is it dead? Sigma? Phi? You will decide its fate.
The Schrodinger's cat thing.
Exactly.
I wonder what she meant about us deciding its fate.
Perhaps she was saying her own fate wasn't decided yet. The history where she's alive and the history where she's murdered are both real right now.
What? No, that's impossible. We've already opened the box. We opened the door to this AB room and there was no body.
No, we haven't opened the box. We haven't found a body, but we haven't found her alive yet either. In other words, we haven't actually observed her. The hologram was a recording from before this game started.
The next time we meet, I can tell you the rest of the story. So come and find me. I'll be waiting.
Where was Akane now? Where was she waiting for us? Or what if she wasn't anywhere now? What if she was waiting for us in another timeline? Or what if she was waiting for us in the past? Was it even possible? If she was, what would that mean? Wait, to be good. What? Wait, this. A new destination has been added? What? Oh my fucking god. So this is before all of this happened. What the fuck? Huh. Ah. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Damn it. Feels like my head's gonna explode. Wait. Where the hell am I? Looks like an elevator,
No,
but...
this is one of the AB rooms.
Who the hell are you? And what the hell is an AB room?
Damn, I guess you did lose your memory after all.
Memory. Memory. What the fuck, dude? What is going on, man? I remember. You're fine. She grinned. When is
Check
this?
your bracelet.
It's a red pair. BPS3.
Mine's the same.
This is the beginning of the game. We've gone back to when we first woke up in the AB room.
No, not quite. I think we woke up a little earlier this time.
How do you know?
Push the buttons on the side of your bracelet.
2 hours, 15 minutes.
We didn't wake up this long before the primary doors opened last time. I think we're about an hour early.
Wait a minute. If you're right.
Kane might still be alive. We got back before Dio killed her, I think.
Then
Right. We're here for one reason.
this is so fucked up, man. To stop her from getting killed.
Exactly.
Let's move. We need to get out of
Don't
here
need to
fast.
tell me twice. Let's go.
No, I have to play this game again. Oh my god, I have to play this again. Oh my god. This is our past, remember? And that means we just repeated history. You see what I'm getting at? The password of the safe should be someone... Exactly, and now we have to hurry it open. Are you just deaf or an idiot right now? I'm leaning towards an idiot. The password for the safe is... Right, the same password it was when we did... Dude, you think I remember it? You need to remember the password for the save. We figured it out last time. What's the password of your phone? Good work. Hurry up and grab the cracker. Cracker? Damn. I meant key. How the hell? Just shut up and do it. Okay, here, for God's sake, just do it already. No need to yell. Alright, good. Looks like it worked. Ready, fine. What do you think? I know, I don't need to ask every time, right? Then why the hell are you asking? Hurry up and... Right. I'm going. 10, 9, 8, 1, done. Hey, you pushed the button. Bite me, you were taking too long. We're on a schedule here. Ugh. Fine, I climbed up through the hatch and out onto the top of the AB room. It took us only a moment to spot them. Akane! Behind her was Dio. He was moving quickly and quietly, a knife glinting in his right hand. Shit. There was no time to yell to her. I scrambled down from the top of the AB room. Fi wasn't following me. How the fuck? Wait, you don't have time to yell, but you have time to get down from the roof to the bottom. When I looked back, she was still standing on the roof. Fi! What the hell are you doing? Get down here and... Before I could finish, she moved. She ran across the roof, launched herself into the air. What the?
He's fine, just unconscious.
I bent down and held my fingers in front of his mouth. He was still
I
breathing.
don't think he saw me. He probably has no idea what happened to him.
Guy went down like a sack of potatoes.
He had it coming.
I heard footsteps come to a stop right in front of us. I looked up.
So you came. I've been waiting for you. You're here to hear the rest, right?
Wait, just wait a minute. What the hell is your deal? How can you be so calm? If we hadn't shown up just now, you would...
Have been stabbed in the heart by this young man and died. Yes. Although, that reminds me, I haven't thanked you yet. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate you saving me.
That what?
Hold on. How do you know about being stabbed by Dio? Are you an Esper too?
Yes, indeed I am. I am able to jump through time, just like you.
Then what the hell were you thinking? If you knew he was going to stab you, why were you going to let him do it?
Because I had to.
You what?
Think back. Why are you here? If I hadn't been killed by Dio, no one else would have been murdered. Consequently, your own abilities would never have manifested. I did explain, didn't I? The purpose of the AB project was to send the two of you to the past. Or your minds, at least. In order for that to happen, some death was necessary. When a human brain is faced with danger, its processing speed increases. Information is processed more quickly, and time almost seems to slow. A few seconds can feel like an eternity. Unfortunately, that in itself isn't enough to send oneself through time. The amplitude of the consciousness is simply too small. In order to increase the amplitude, we need to slow down the brain before the increase happens. It's a little like a slingshot. You pull back on the rubber band and then let go. The potential energy you stored in the band is released and converted into kinetic energy. That's what fires the bullet out of the slingshot. Now, while a slingshot can only fire in one direction, your mind isn't similarly limited. When the bullet of your consciousness is fired from the slingshot of your brain, it travels past the three-dimensional world and into the four-dimensional one. From that perspective, time is no longer fixed. In other words, you can travel to the future, the past, whenever you like. Your consciousness has been released from the three-dimensional cage. In order for that to happen, I had to infect you with Radical 6.
Whoa,
We were
what?
infected with Radical 6?
Yes. Don't you
Yes.
remember, Sigma? Luna should have told you about it in another timeline.
Are you sure? Infecting all of these people with such a horrible disease?
Every single one of you has been infected. Well, apart from Luna, of course. Unfortunately, it was necessary. We needed to slow your minds in order to store up your potential energy. Then we provided a dire situation that would accelerate your processing speed. The result is what you are now experiencing. Your consciousness now occupies 4-dimensional space-time.
What the fuck?
Even that, however, wasn't enough. You had the ability to travel, but your memories could easily be lost during the trip. If the project was to succeed, you had to be able to retain everything you learned in each reality. That was the reason you were forced to jump so many times. With each jump, your ability to remember improved. Eventually, you would be able to retain everything. That is why we made you play the A-B game. That was why you had to select different chromatic doors. By forcing specific choices, we could cause you to make more jumps.
I get it. I think I finally understand. Well, okay, there are a lot of things I don't understand, but all of what you just told me makes sense. Does it? Does it make sense? You did all of this so that Fi and I could jump through 4-dimensional space with our memories intact. Right?
Yes.
But why did you need us to do that? People have died for this. I mean, let's count how many different ways people died. Murder, antimatter explosion, suicide. I've died. So has Fi. So have you. So why would you do all this? What does it matter that Fi and I jumped through time?
Haven't I told you? Death was unavoidable. You are all destined to die. Sacrifices had to be made for the sake of the project.
I already know all that. What I'm asking you is why? What is so goddamn important that it's worth all of this?
I'm sure you'll figure it out eventually.
What? Just when is eventually?
In a future not very far from now.
Zero Escape 3. Bullshit. That's not good enough. Why can't you tell us now? Instead of answering, I kinda knelt down next to Dio and picked his knife up off the floor.
I'm going to keep this with me.
Don't change the subject.
But it's almost time.
What are you talking about? We've got plenty of time.
No. In a few moments, you'll return to the original timeline.
What?
This is the way it has to be. Don't fight it. Logomorph.
Yes.
Logomorph?
You call him Zero Jr. His official designation is Logomorph. Logomorph, this is an order. Unlock my bracelet.
Compliance.
Now, everything is in place. I have put the bracelet onto Dio.
Uh-huh, okay.
All we have to do is place his body in the 5th AB room, the second one from the right.
That's the one Quark is in, right?
Correct. I will move him. I will also put your bodies back into the 3rd AB room. Once that's done, I will reset its puzzle to an unsolved state.
Why do you need to do all that?
To recreate the history that you remember. Your consciousness is about to leave your body and return to the future. Your body will be emptied, and your other consciousness will jump back in. If your bodies aren't back in the third AB room by then, it would be bad.
Dude, what the fuck?
So you're saying some version of us is going to wake up in that room and repeat the same history again? Well, I guess this could actually be our second or third time.
You are exactly correct. Lastly, I'm going to leave this with you.
She paused and pulled something out of her pocket. There was a small key attached to a string.
I'll tie it onto your ankle so that you won't lose it. All right, Sigma?
What's it say on there?
Tu fui ego eris.
Oh, that's the grave! That's a tombstone in the garden.
It's Latin. It means, what you are, I was. What I am, you will be.
Yes.
What am I supposed to do with
It
it?
will help you meet someone who's very important.
What?
Go. Return to the future. You won't be alone. I will be at your side, watching over you. Now hurry.
Wait, I still... Bro.
Looks like you're awake.
Is this the infirmary?
Why are we here?
Do you know what happened at the AB gate?
Kay and I went back to the infirmary, but
We waited and waited, and the two of you never returned.
so we went to the warehouse to check on you.
We found you passed out in front of the AB rooms.
Kay and I hurried back here with you.
I looked over at Phi and met her eyes. You pick! You pick! God damn it, you prick! Good afternoon! Fucking hell. Why you do this to me, you big? Why? Just go shut the fuck up. Do you remember what just happened now?
You mean what happened a long time ago?
Yeah, you got him pretty good, huh?
Yeah, I remember all right.
Hey, what are you guys talking about?
Fuck.
What am I? Chopped liver?
Alice!
Back among the conscious and not psychotic, huh?
Yeah, thanks. Grandpa told me what you did. Thanks for finding the medicine for us.
No problem. All in a day's work. Although I wouldn't mind a little swimsuit action.
Really grabbing at straws here, aren't you?
Hey, I wasn't talking to Quark. That was an offer for
Not
Alice.
really my point.
Oh, whatever. Forget about that. Now that you guys are awake, all we gotta do is open the number 9 door.
Huh?
What are you talking about?
Look at your bracelet.
It says 10. I have 10 BP.
I've got 15 BP? That means I got 6 more points while I was out.
But how?
You've been asleep for more than 2 hours. We've played the AB game 3 times.
3
Yes.
times?
Of course, the color and group assignments were shuffled around each time. But no matter who voted, everyone chose Ally.
Oh. Good.
And now all of us have enough to leave.
I was stunned. How had everyone cooperated long enough to raise all of our BP to +9? Was it because Akane had been killed? Without a death to start things off, maybe we'd been less suspicious of one another. Or could the bombs have had something to do with it? We'd all joined forces against Dio, and Fire and I had been able to disarm all of them. All of us had banded together against a common enemy and overcome a tremendous threat. Perhaps that had strengthened our bond. Hydrate. Right. Which I had to admit would be somewhat ironic. After all, Dio had planted the bombs that forced us all to work together against him. This must have been what Akane was talking about.
Haven't I told you?
But what the fuck was that? Oh my god. Dude, I hate Discord. I fucking hate Discord. There's like a fucking Discord update which automatically doesn't... usually when you start the stream, you automatically get put in streamer mode, but there was an update which doesn't do it anymore. It's so annoying.
Death was unavoidable. Sacrifices had to be made for the sake of the project.
Come on, let's go! Let's open the door and get out of here!
Nah, it's like I heard like other people also complaining about it. Like usually it was all automatic, but there was an update and now it's not automatic anymore. So annoying. Wait. What about him? After some discussion, we decided to leave Dio behind. Alice was the only holdout. She'd complained about wanting to take him back to her superiors, but after I mentioned they had come back to investigate after we escaped and deal with Dio, then she reluctantly complied.
All right. Let's get going.
Yeah, but we have to find Akane now. Can't just leave her now. Everybody ready? I'm gonna open it.
Yes, just get on with it.
Everyone else swallowed and nodded. I grabbed the lever and pulled it down. So we just leave Akane behind. Oh, okay. Interesting.
The number 9 door, it will remain.
Alright, everybody, let's move. I didn't need to tell him twice. The room inside was clearly a loading elevator. It looked sort of like a large plate on top of a huge pedestal. We ran to the center of the plate and turned around. The number 9 door stood wide open.
1 0. The number. The number 9 door has closed.
This
Oh,
ends
fuck.
the nonary game. Thank you, as the game is...
I'll make screenshots of this.
Looks like we did it.
Yes. We should keep moving.
Beyond the door was a wide hallway that ended in a very solid wall. To the left we found a very familiar looking door. We pushed it open and went in. The pressure exchange chamber.
You know what this place is?
Yeah, sort of. This whole facility is pressurized apparently. I think the idea is to keep the air outside and consequently the virus from getting inside. That means that if we want to go out, we have to decompress so we match the outside air pressure. This room here is where you prepare for going into the actual pressure exchange room. You see all those suits along the wall? I figure we need to put those on and head to the decompression room downstairs.
Whoa! Hold on a minute! You're saying the air outside is full of that horrible virus?
Yep, that's what it seems like. Of course, according to Arcana, we were all already infected with Radical 6, so the whole room seemed a little pointless.
Why? How did all this happen?
Did they...
No. That's not possible.
We've come this far. We can't turn back now. Let's go outside. There's no way to know what's really going on until we do.
All right.
No one else objected. We all donned the protective suits and headed downstairs to the decompression room. What's with Kay? Is Kay fitting in that thing as well? Double suited up. As soon as we were all inside, the process began. Through my helmet, I could hear the soft hiss of air being sucked out of the room. We stood there for several minutes waiting for the process to finish. At last it did, and we heard the door begin to open. Beyond it was another decompression chamber. We repeated the process 2 more times before we reached the final door and opened it. The dead, bleak landscape wasn't a surprise for me. I'd seen it before in another timeline. The others hadn't, however, and although I couldn't see their faces through the visors of the helmets, I heard more than a few gasps over the radio. For a few long moments we just stood there, astonished.
Where the hell are we?
The desert, I guess?
I figured that out. I mean, which one?
I don't know, but I think I know what day it is. Look at the moon. It's red, right? That means today's the total lunar eclipse.
So?
Remember the astronomy magazine in the lounge? Well, the next eclipse like this was gonna be on December 31st, 2028. So...
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Are you suggesting we were sleeping for a week after we were abducted?
I think so.
Wherever we were must have been far away from any city. The air was clearer than I'd ever seen it. And the stars, the sky was full of them, more stars than I'd ever seen in my life. I could even spot the hazy arm of the Milky Way. But the most striking feature was the moon. It was blood red and massive, much bigger in fact than I remembered it being. Then as I watched, a black spot began to move across its surface. It was hard to see details, but it looked circular. The spot continued to move across the moon, heading for the right edge. What's that?
Well, the moon's shadow, actually.
The moon's shadow? I frowned. That didn't make any sense.
Zero told me to stay quiet. I think he was worried I'd spill the beans on his operation. He said if I didn't toe the line, he wouldn't just kill me. He'd kill Quark, too. And I agreed, like an idiot, and brought Quark with me. Just so I could see her.
So, is Zero actually Santa? It must be, right?
Such an idiot. So, that being the case, might as well start with this. I meant what I said before. That up there is the moon's shadow.
What the hell are you saying?
Think about it. If that's the moon's shadow, then what's it falling on?
That's Earth?
Yeah. It's not the red moon you get from a lunar eclipse. Then again, this isn't a lunar eclipse. It's a solar eclipse. Anybody in the black spot down there is looking up at the moon, covering the sun.
What? No way. If that's the Earth, then where the hell are we?
The moon, of course. This is the lunar surface. We were just inside a moon base. No way. No. You've got to be lying. How do you expect us to believe that? This can't be the moon.
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. Besides, if this was the moon, how do you explain the gravity? The moon only has 1/6 of the Earth's gravity. So what's this?
She picked up a rock and dropped it.
See? That looked perfectly normal.
Yes, it looked that way.
Luna?
You were right about the gravity in a way. I was one of the people who knew this wasn't Earth. Well, I suppose I'm not people, if we're being honest, but...
Excuse me?
Please just listen. Alice, you were infected with Radical 6. Then we gave you the Excelivir, which cured you. The Radical 6 isn't completely gone, though. Some of its symptoms stick around for a while.
What symptoms?
Well, Radical 6 can slow down your brain's processing speed by the root of 1/6.
Oh my god, man.
It can take a while for your brain to get back up to speed. Every one of us has been infected. In other words, all of our brains have been processing information at a much lower speed. If you evaluated the root of 1/6, you'll get a number close to 0.408. That means our brains are running at something slightly less than half speed. As you said before, the moon's gravity is about 1/6 that of Earth's. The time that it takes for an object to fall is inversely proportional to the square root of the gravitational acceleration. Since the gravity is lower on the moon, that means the time increases. I guess that's a little technical. Let me give you an example. Say you drop an apple from a height of 4.9 meters. It will take approximately 1 second to hit the ground. On the moon, however, that time would be 1 second times root 6, which would be approximately 2.45 seconds. I used 4.9 meters because it matches up with the acceleration of gravity nicely, but it could be anything. The gravity constant is, well, a constant. You could drop something from 10 centimeters or 10 meters and it would be the same. Does that make sense? So now we've established that on the moon, things fall root 6 times slower than they do on Earth. That being the case, what would happen if someone's brain slowed down by root 1/6? To them, 2.45 seconds would feel like 1 second. 4.9 seconds would feel like 2. But it's not hypothetical. That's what's been happening to every one of us.
Wait, you're saying that's the reason we didn't notice the weaker gravity?
Are you sure you didn't notice anything? Think back. Huh? You and Sigmund Phi said something about it in the lounge. About how you felt weird.
It's kind of like my body isn't really mine. I'm sort of floating. Like that.
It seemed insane, but what Luna said made sense. In fact, it explained Fi's apparently superhuman strength quite well. Oh my god.
Wait. This is crazy. That can't possibly be Earth out there. Look at it. I've seen photos of Earth, and it's blue and green and beautiful. That thing is just red.
Before we get into that, I should probably tell you something. This isn't New Year's Eve in 2028. Today is January 27th.
In 29?
No.
Don't tell me. 30?
Still no.
And just what year is this?
It's 74.
What?
2074.
What the fuck? Wait, there was even 50 years? No, that's insane. That would mean we were abducted more than 45 years ago. Wait, so is that the explanation? So Tenmyuji is Junpei, right? Is that the explanation why Clover is still the same age and didn't age, basically? But Tenmyuji, because Clover was in that thingy, in the pod.
I don't blame you if you don't believe me, but it's the truth.
How can you be sure?
It's not that hard. Quark and I left Earth on January 23rd, 2074. Solar eclipses are easy to predict. We've known that there'd be one on the 27th for a long time. That's just science. Nobody can change that.
But why is the Earth red?
That's a long story. About 45 years ago, on April 13th, 2029, there were 18 annihilation reactors operating in various parts of the world. On the 13th, all 18 of them went up, all at the same time. The explosion was about 180,000 times as powerful as the atom bomb they dropped on Hiroshima.
Why?
I suppose it started a few months before that. The government had a test site for a future Mars mission out in the middle of Nevada. On December 31st, 2028, there was an accident. Well, accident doesn't quite convey the right sense of the thing. The point is, Radical 6 claimed its first victims there, then escaped. Didn't take long for it to spread to the rest of the world. Like Luna explained, the virus slows your brain down, but eventually, it also makes you kill yourself. Pretty soon, the bodies started to pile up. Some people would take a dive off a building or shoot themselves in the head. You know, the classics.
Persona!
But for some, it was poison, or fire, or asphyxiation, or the noose. Plenty of people jumped in front of trains or cars. One pilot on a passenger airline drove his plane into the ground. Most forms of transportation ground to a halt pretty fast. That meant food couldn't get distributed, and thousands of people who weren't even infected died from starvation. Everywhere you went, there were just piles of corpses, covered in flies and rats and crows. I don't know what hell's like, but I imagine it's a lot like that. After a while, people who managed to avoid getting infected started trying to get in touch with one another. They got a hold of some radios and organized a couple meetings. There was only one thing to discuss, of course. How could they get rid of Radical 6? The answer, they decided, was purification. They figured they could just roast the surface of the Earth and that'd kill the virus off for good. On April 13th in 2029, they put their plan into effect. That plan was to detonate all 18 annihilation reactors. Now the truth is, that's mostly just rumor. Nobody really knows what happened. But I've got my own theories. I think that the bombers had already been infected, and when they died, they took billions with them. The ultimate if I die, you're coming with me gesture, I suppose. I'd bet much money they'd all lost it long before they got to the reactors. Killing most of the world, no matter how bad things had gotten, was not a sane plan, even if it wasn't directly responsible. Radical 6 killed most of the people on Earth. Anyway, why it happened isn't that important. Point is, it happened. You ever heard of nuclear winter? Well, that's basically what we got. The explosion threw a ton of crap up into the stratosphere, where it joined up with smoke and ash from all the fires. It blotted out the sun for 7 years. Plants withered and animals died by the millions. The few humans who were left banded together to survive. They were rough times. Eventually they were over, though. The sky cleared and the sun came back. Plants started blooming again, and the animals that hadn't died out completely began to reappear. Things weren't quite back to normal, though. It's been 45 years now, but there's still quite a bit of dust and ash in the air. That's what you're seeing. You know why a sun sets red? Well, this is the same thing. Blue and green light have short wavelengths, and they scatter when they run into debris in the air. Red light, on the other hand, has a longer wavelength, which means it'll get a lot farther when the air's dirty. So there you are. The Earth looks red because that's the only color of light that can make it through the atmosphere.
I was speechless. What could I possibly say? There was no reason for Tamayoji to lie to us. So we were standing on the moon, looking at the Earth. It was 2074, but why? Why were we there? I was so lost in thought I barely noticed Fi's approach.
Hey, Sigma, I think I figured something out.
A window popped up on the inside of my helmet with Whisper in the corner. She seemed to be using a circuit only we could hear. Yeah. What's
I
it?
figured out why there's an extra E.
An extra E? Oh, you mean the graffiti?
Yeah, the one on floor B. I think it's an anagram, just like on floor A.
What's Anna? Say this time.
God damn it, Sigma! Knock it off! Memento mori if the ninth lion ate the sun. If you rearrange the letters, you get... The man on the moon rules the infinite time. See? You need 6 E's to get that. So they stuck an extra one in ninth.
The man on the moon rules the infinite time.
I think it's a message for us from Zero Senior and Akane. Remember what she was telling us?
We created the AB project for one purpose.
So, wait, do they go back in time to try to fucking...
To transport the consciousnesses of two
What is happening with this game?
Those two people are you, Sigma, and you, Phi.
So, what are you getting at?
My God, you're slow. You don't get it? They're saying we rule the infinite time.
Yeah, so they go back in time to stop the reactor explosions.
Infinite time. They weren't just talking about having us jump a couple hours. I think they're planning to send us back. Wait.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you think they're going to send us back 45 years?
Yeah. I'd bet on it.
So the ultimate purpose of the AB room was to send us back in time to that catastrophe Tamayoji was talking about.
I think so.
That doesn't make sense though. I mean, we came from that time period before it actually, so why bring us here and then send us back?
Well, Akane should be able to tell us the rest. Let's go pay her a visit.
Do you know where she is?
I've got an idea. Come on, think. Remember what she said when she gave you the key?
Tu fui ego eris.
The grave. The one in the garden.
Well, come on, what are you waiting for? Let's go.
We turned and ran back into the pressure exchange chamber, the others following close behind.
What are you doing? Did you forget something?
We're going to have a talk with somebody.
Who?
You really need me to spell it out? The person behind all
You
this.
mean Akane?
What?
I'll take that as a yes. Let me accompany you then.
Wait, why do you know about Akane?
I'll tell you when we get there. Now, if you please. I'm coming with you. You folks just said the magic word.
I'm going too then. So am I.
Hey, is this Akane you're talking about?
Yeah, you know her real well.
Wait, you're serious? What the hell is going on?
Oh, shut up! Just shut up! Come on! Come if you want to. We don't need to do roll call. Once we get there, Akane can explain everything. With that, we headed back through the airlock.
Clever. The number 9 door on floor A is shut forever once the game ends. Assuming Zero Jr. was telling the truth, of course. But the door on floor B...
Yeah, thought we might be able to take the lift to it. And it looks like I was right.
Any idea where Akane might be?
Yeah, the grave.
You mean the grave in the garden?
Yeah. Don't worry. I don't think she's buried there or anything. Chances are she's alive. Just in the grave. Anyway, let's move to the garden.
Is Akane really under here?
I think so.
What should we do? Are we gonna dig her out?
No, I don't think we'll have to do anything like that. You see the keyhole on the grave? If I just insert this here, I pulled the key off my ankle and fitted it into the hole. I twisted it to the right until I heard something unlock. With a quiet grinding, the grave began to shift.
What is this? It doesn't look like a coffin.
Bro, are you fucking stupid? It's written there, treatment pot.
Yeah, it's a treatment pod.
Oh my god. It is, isn't it?
The glass on the cover had frosted over, making it opaque. We couldn't see who or what was in it.
Let's see what's inside.
She grabbed a hold of the lever on the side of the pot.
No good. I think it's locked.
You think so? Because...
Treatment pod TP00. Stage 1, defrosting complete. Stage 2 will be complete in 10 minutes. Once stage 2 is complete, the lock will automatically disengage.
Right, cold sleep.
What?
These pods can put people in cold sleep. It uses something called CAS to freeze human bodies without destroying the cells.
Ms. Akane's like an ice cube?
I think
Then
so.
we gotta wait till she melts?
Yeah.
So how about you tell us your story while we wait, Kay? Specifically, why do you know Akane?
I remembered
What do you remember?
everything. I was born and raised in this facility. It's called Rhizome 9. A rhizome is an underground plant stem that spreads by sending out roots. It kind of makes sense, doesn't it? This facility is a little like a rhizome. Supposedly, that's why they call these installations that. The number comes from the facility's number. There are 54 rhizomes on the moon, and this is the 9th one.
Of course, the 9th one.
Well, I suppose the other ones don't really matter to you, do they? In any event, I grew up here with Akane and Zero Senior. I watched them create the AB project.
The AB project?
Yes. Its purpose is to send Phi and Sigma, or their consciousnesses at least, to the past.
Back 45 years, right?
Yes.
So, you want us to change history, huh? Go back and keep Radical 6 from getting out, and stop the reactors from exploding. That's our mission?
Well, not exactly.
What do you mean?
It's true that the ultimate goal of the project is to keep Radical 6 from spreading to the general population. But even if you do make it back, you won't be able to do much. By now, it's already too late.
Too late?
What do you mean?
Let me begin at the beginning. You might be thinking that Zero Senior and Akane were the ones who created all this, but that's not entirely correct. They only followed the histories they'd already seen. It was the only choice they had. Nothing less than the future of mankind is at stake. We need the two of you to jump through timelines while maintaining your memories. That is why you had to play the AB game, and why the chromatic doors were necessary. By forcing multiple options, you could make numerous jumps. We speculated that jumping more would strengthen your memories. The puzzles were also there for a purpose. Some theories hold that a moment of insight when you solve a puzzle strengthens your connection to the fourth dimension. That was the reason for the puzzles. Your infection with Radical 6 was also a vital part of our plan. By slowing down your brain's processing speed, we can store your potential. With that energy stored up, we just had to provide a life or death situation to launch your consciousness into the fourth dimension. Like a bullet from a slingshot.
Wait. Hold on just a minute here. You keep talking about Sigma and Phi, but what about the rest of us? Why did you bring us here?
That's simple. In earlier histories, you were all here in Rhizome 9. We needed you here to accurately replicate those histories. Although I suppose that's probably not a good enough explanation for you. In a sense, though, it is the truth. Our primary goal was to replicate history. The rest is... Yes, I suppose I should explain. Very well. I will try and do so in a way you can understand. First, Alice and Clover. They were abducted 45 years and 1 month ago, on December 22nd, 2028. The location is Earth, of course. More specifically, Los Angeles, California. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
After being kidnapped, your bodies were sent to a facility under Akane's direction.
Nice necklace.
You were placed in treatment pods and immediately put into cold sleep. 4 months later, you arrived at this facility. The date you finally arrived was April 14th, 2029. Your trip from Earth to this facility was aboard a spaceship powered by an annihilation engine. Following your arrival, your pods were placed in long-term storage. Does that make sense?
Are you telling me we were sleeping in those pods here for 45 years?
Yes. In preparation for this day.
But why? What do you need us for?
You are an Esper, aren't you, Clover? I mean that you are able to access the fourth dimension. Am I wrong?
Did Akane tell you?
In a manner of speaking. As I've already explained, the purpose of this project is to send Sigma and Phi's consciousnesses to the past. Espers are able to sort of resonate with one another, which can amplify their power. You understand? This is why we brought you here, Clover.
What about me?
We needed your help, Alice, to deactivate Dio's bombs.
Huh? But I didn't do anything.
But you did. In another history, you were able to perform prime decomposition on the 25-digit integer that Dio left behind. Only you could do that sort of thing. Because of your feat of mathematics, we were about to determine that Dio had planted the bombs. Then we were able to question him and get the password for the number 31. Finally, we used that information to stop the bomb in this timeline. Without your help, Alice, we would have been reduced to nothing more than so much space dust. This history exists because of your presence. Now, let me explain why we needed Tenmyoji and Quark. Tenmyoji is simple. We needed you for the same reason we needed Clover. You are able to access the fourth dimension. Almost half a century ago, you used that ability to save a young girl, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
We needed you to resonate with Sigma and Phi, so we brought you here. All it took was a messenger.
Do you want to see Akane? If you do, come with me. I was a fool and fell for it.
And you brought Quark with you. In fact, you insisted that he come.
Yeah, I know. I guess you were worried about leaving me alone, huh? He kept saying he couldn't run off to the moon and leave me behind.
Sorry, Quark. If I hadn't been so stupid and selfish, none of this would have happened to you. I never thought this would happen. Can you ever forgive me?
Oh, don't worry about it.
Wouldn't he be
I
dead?
agreed to come with you. I thought the moon would be way more interesting than boring old Earth. What kid would turn that down?
We didn't see the messenger after we got it. It was on autopilot.
But wait,
As soon as we got in, I headed straight for the moon.
but wait. If Quark wouldn't have come with him, he would be fucking dead because of the explosion. Like, what the fuck? Wait a second, what?
During the trip, Zero told me to keep quiet once we got there. I don't remember anything after we landed.
Then there was a bunch of that white smoke, and we passed out. And when I woke up, I was in the AB room.
Now, Dio. His real name is Left, and he's the leader of a terrorist organization called the Myrmidons.
With the Rebuild
He was
Society?
ordered to come here. The Myrmidons are under the control of an organization called Free the Soul, which is in turn controlled by a man known as Brother.
Oh yeah, so wait, so there were like the very few people that survived and were like in this nuclear winter setting.
It was Brother who orchestrated the release of Radical 6 into the general population 45 years ago. Do you remember what Phi mentioned earlier? The ultimate purpose of the AB project is to change history and keep Radical 6 from being released. If we succeed, that would be bad for Brother and his organization. Our success would prevent them from creating the ideal world they're working toward. That is why Brother sent Left, his trusted lieutenant, to this facility. They needed to stop the AB project. So, Dio was given two tasks. The first was to eliminate Akane, the architect of the AB project. The second was to join the AB game and win it. If Dio won the game, the AB project would not be completed, at least not in that timeline. In other words, in that world, the project would have been stopped. If things didn't go as planned, Dio was given a contingency plan. If you cannot murder Akane and win the game, destroy Rhizome 9, hence the bombs.
Can I ask you something?
Perhaps.
How did Brother know about the AB project?
He was also an Esper.
Huh?
We can set brother aside for now, though.
Okay.
May I proceed?
No one objected. We're well curious.
Excellent. That explains everyone, save two. Luna and myself. Sigma and Phi already know the truth about Luna. I don't believe I should reveal any more, however. I think it would be more appropriate if you could ask Luna yourselves at a later time. Would that be all right with you, Luna?
Yes, that's okay.
As for me, as I said before, I was born and raised here. The rest of you were brought to this facility, but I've never left. That makes me someone close to Zero Senior and Akane.
Hey, I've been wondering, who is Zero Senior?
You've already met him, Sigma. In another timeline.
Yeah. Well, I saw a hologram. I still don't know who he is.
Stage 2 is complete. TP00 unlocking.
It looks like it's finished. Shall we open the pod?
Yeah, let's do it. All of us gathered around the pod. The glass was still covered with frost, hiding the contents.
Okay, let's get started then. Ready?
I laid her hand on the lever and looked around at us. I swallowed. Yeah, anytime.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
What? What? Suddenly my head was full of memories from other timelines. I'd seen something like this before. The warehouse of floor B, in front of the white door. Kay was lying in front of me. I grabbed his mask and saw my own face. I'd never figured out who he really was. Why was there a man with my face underneath Kay's armor? It didn't make sense. After I'd seen him, I was injected with a tuberculin, and that was the end of that. But wait, if the person in that pod was the same person I'd seen on the floor of the warehouse, who was wearing Kay's armor?
You finally noticed. Didn't I tell you? You won't be alone. I will be at your side, watching over you.
No. What? Oh my god,
Yes,
you are...
I am.
Akane Kurashiki.
It's you! June! I mean, Akane, from... But you're old.
Yes, that's correct. I haven't spoken to you in a very long time, Clover. Or you, Junpei.
Junpei?
Akane, long time no see.
I could barely hear what they were saying. My mind was still reeling. It felt like all the air had been knocked out of me, and it was all I could do to not collapse right then and there.
When? How long?
Do you remember when the two of you saved me in the warehouse? Once you saved me, you went back to your future. Well, your minds did at least. I carried your bodies to the third AB room, and then took Dio's to the fifth. After that, I went into the first room and borrowed Kay's armor.
So by the time you and Clover came out, you'd already...
Yes.
Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Dio killed you. And then Luna took your body to the sixth room. You couldn't have been in Kay's armor.
No, it was me. In this timeline, at least. In this one, I wasn't murdered by Dio. You two saved me. It's just like Schrodinger's cat.
Schrodinger's. Schrodinger's cat.
Your actions in the future decided who would be inside the armor in the past.
But no, that's nuts.
Alright, what about the other history? The one where you weren't saved. What happens then?
I think he seemed to be the same as always.
Who's wearing the armor?
That's quite simple. The man in front of you.
Him?
That's correct. Whenever I'm not in the armor, he is.
What about the memory loss?
For my part, I confess that I lied. He, on the other hand, was telling the truth. Large doses of soporil can cause memory loss. I gave him a rather large dose.
So, who is he?
You've never seen him before?
No.
What about the rest of you?
I have no idea who he is.
I've never seen him before.
Wait, who are we then?
Me either.
Total stranger.
Hey, come on, what are you guys saying? Right here, same face.
Huh?
Are you all right, Mr. Sigma? Did you hit your head or something?
Huh? What? It didn't make any sense. Why didn't they recognize me?
Sigma, your consciousness can jump through time. You can inhabit your body in the past or in the future.
What does that mean?
Don't you get it? You've jumped to the future from 45 years ago.
I looked around frantically. A pond. I ran to it and threw myself down onto my knees. Crawling on all fours, I approached the edge. My heart was hammering inside my head, my chest. A cold sweat trickled down my spine. Calm down, calm down, calm down. Damn it. I struggled to take deep breaths. Then slowly, I peered into the pond looking for my reflection. Wait, so... What the fuck? What? No, this can't be real. This face.
It's your face, Dr. Sigma Climb. Although, to the you that's behind it now, it's your face 45 years from now. Zero, the mastermind of the AB project, is you.
What the fuck? Oh my god. What? No, that's not possible. It's bullshit.
No, it's the truth. Fighting it isn't going to do you any good. Please, Doctor.
I'm not a doctor.
You will be a pioneer in the field of genetic engineering.
You're lying.
No, I'm not. You created him. Well, I suppose I should say you are going to create him.
What the fuck, man? Create?
His name is Kyle Klein, your clone. That is why he looks just like a younger version of yourself. 23 years ago, in the biolab here in Rhizome 9, you created Kyle. Well, I suppose for you, that's still in the future. When I said I was born and raised here, I was still pretending to be him. The gravity here is only 1/6 of Earth's. If nothing was done, the reduced gravity would cause his bones to be weaker than normal human ones. But you prepared for that. You gave him that armor. Ever since he was born, he's lived inside of it. It kept his muscles and bones strong. He wasn't forced into it for the nonary game. He's been wearing it every day, all his life.
But why would future me create a clone?
He was to be your spare. If something happened to you before the project began, he would take your place. I mentioned before that the AB projects A and B stood for after and before. That isn't all they mean, though. The A also means anima, and the B means body. Anima is another word for the soul or the consciousness. Body is, well, exactly what it says on the tin. The past consciousness will go into the future body, and the future consciousness will go into the past body. They switch.
What the fuck?
That was the chief goal of the project.
Shouldn't you look at the mirror at the very beginning of the first game? I actually can't remember about that. Wait, so the future person goes into the past
Sigma,
person?
do you remember the note you found in the garden?
You mean this, right?
Yes. Ah, of course, it was you who investigated the garden in this timeline.
Yeah.
Sigma, take a good look at this. It's an illustration of the time jumps your consciousness is making. A is where everything began. December 25th, 2028. You inhaled the white smoke in your car and lost consciousness. From there, you jumped to B. January 25th, 2074. You woke up in one of the AB rooms in Rhizome 9. You are in your own body, but it is 67 years old. Your consciousness has jumped 45 years into the future. I believe that may explain why you didn't notice the reduced lunar gravity. The body you woke up in was much older. Normally, you would have noticed that your muscles were much weaker. In this case, however, the lower gravity balanced that out. Moving on, if you continue along this line, what happens next? You reach C, which is January 27th, 2074. That is today.
Whoa, wait, what do you mean? Are you saying it's been 2 days since we woke up?
36 hours to be exact. Have you already forgotten? You were all infected with radicals. The virus slowed your brain down. So yes, 36 hours of real time have passed. But to you, it only seemed like 14 hours and 40 minutes. Now comes the important part. After this, your consciousness will return to the past. It will re-emerge at point D.
What?
April 13th, 2029.
There was a story research where the protag was the only character that is not voiced, so you wouldn't figure it out at 0. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I was kind of wondering why they didn't give the main protag a voice, because Junpei had one in the first game.
You will return to your younger body.
But that's the same day as the reactor explosions.
Yes. That is why I said it will be too late. You will return to the past, but the events you would want to prevent will have already happened. The story does not end there, however. The line continues. After reaching point D, you will eventually return to B. But this time, you won't be jumping through time, or at least not at a rate faster than normal. Your consciousness will spend 45 years inhabiting the same body until you reach point B. Do you remember when B is, Sigma?
January 25th, 2074. According to what you just told us, it's 36 hours ago.
Correct. That was when the consciousness of the 22-year-old Sigma jumped into the body of 67-year-old Sigma. So where did the older version of you go when you took his body?
Point A. December 25th to 2028. The day all of this started.
Yes. His consciousness will go back in time 45 years. For a period of time, he will inhabit your younger body. While your younger consciousness is elsewhere, he will be you in the past.
But once the body reaches point D, my 22-year-old consciousness will come back to point C.
That's correct. When that happens, the older version of you will be ejected from your younger body and return to your body at C.
So it's rotating.
Rotating. I suppose you could put it that way, but look at this illustration closely. What if you take all these lines and untangle them? You get one single line. It may look complicated, but in truth, it's a single straight path, with one exception.
Starting here at point E, right?
Exactly. Point E is December 31st, 2028, the day of the total eclipse.
The day Radical 6 got out of the test facility.
Yes. By now, you've likely figured it out on your own. The purpose of the AB project was to get the consciousness of the 67-year-old Sigma from point B to point A. If we can do that, we can change what happened 45 years ago.
So the old version of me will keep Radical 6 from getting out. By jumping into my 22-year-old body on New Year's Eve 2028.
Yes. That is why this line could not be interrupted. In order for the 67-year-old version of you to reach point B, we first have to go through point D. In order to get to point D, we must jump from point C. And for point C to happen, we had to recreate everything that happened in this facility. That is why we have faithfully retraced history up to this point, so that we might save humankind from destruction and undo the horrors of the last 45 years.
Tell me one thing.
What is that?
You said that point C is January 27th, 2074, which is today. There's going to be a jump, and I'll jump to April 13th, 2029.
Yes, that's right.
But look, I'm still old. When is this jump supposed to happen?
Very soon.
Soon?
Yes.
And what's going to trigger?
We need potential energy stored to send your consciousness into the fourth dimension. Fortunately, we now have plenty of that. Thanks, ironically, to Radical 6. All that remains is to launch your consciousness. like a bullet from a slingshot.
And how do you propose to do that?
Didn't I tell you? A crisis. A moment balanced between life and death. That can jumpstart your brain.
What do you mean?
You haven't figured it out. I mean this.
To use knife. No sooner were the words out of my mouth. Fie! I screamed and leapt towards them. Akana was already in motion, the knife diving towards Fi's chest. I was almost there. When I regained consciousness, I was on the floor. There was a dull pain in my chest. I felt for a cut, but something was in the way. It took me a moment to realize that it was Akana's body lying on top of me. I twisted my neck to look around. Nearby was an old tombstone. On it was written a few words in Latin. What? What? Huh? What? What? Huh? What? Excuse me, what the fuck? So wait, what? Bro, my brain is not comprehending this. Wait, what happened to Fi though? So, wait, we were Fi. So we how did we push Fi away? But what's the fuck? I don't get this. I can't skip this, by the way. I try and... Just so you know, I try to skip it, but I can't. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, this game surprises me every time. In the first game, and now in the second one. Okay, that was Fi's end. Oh my god. What the fuck? Okay.
Today is April 13th, 2029, and this is the evening news. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. I don't have any news to read. All of our station's reporters have passed, after contracting Radical 6. So have my... Excuse me. I've managed to keep us on the air until now. But I'm out of tricks. It's time for me to sign off. This concludes our broadcast day. I pray that someday, our world can be cleansed of this horrible plague. Goodbye.
Oh, Persona! For a moment I just stared at the TV. The roar of the static seemed to fill the entire room until with a click it disappeared too. Had the power gone out? I heard footsteps behind me and turned around. You? Akane?
It looks like the first step was successful.
What the fuck? What the fuck? You killed me?
Killed?
I guess technically you're going to kill me 45 years from now on, but still.
Hey, no need to be rude about it. I didn't kill you. I hit you with the butt of the knife. You're fine.
I'm okay?
Yes. You and Phi needed to experience a state of crisis. That was the only way.
Me and Phi?
Yes. I only told you about you, but we also needed Phi to jump. Now, you know what happens next, right?
We go to the moon?
Correct. We will be leaving tomorrow, April 14th, 2029. We've nearly finished preparing your shuttle. Only a few last-minute checks and additions. You'll be traveling to Rhizome 9, along with 3 treatment pods.
Alice and Clover, right?
Yes.
And what about the third one? Who's in there?
Phi. We put her into cold sleep 2 days ago. She appeared at our headquarters and volunteered to be frozen. That wasn't the Phi who jumped from point C, though. It was Phi before she jumped from point A to point D.
Okay.
In other words, she was following the same path you are. And she still is.
Then it means that after you froze her, the point C version of her jumped back into her body.
Yes. The point C version of Phi is sleeping in that pod. She'll stay there for the next 45 years.
Okay.
Sleeping in ice.
Then when she gets to point B, her consciousness will jump to point A, right?
Correct.
So that's why she didn't look old. So why don't you just stick me in one of those
We
pods?
can't do that.
Why not?
You haven't figured it out? You have to spend the next 45 years working on the AB project. After arriving at Rhizome 9, you must master genetic engineering and artificial intelligence programming, among other disciplines. Otherwise, you will be unable to create Kyle, Luna, and Lagomorph. And, of course, you will need to develop the chromatic doors and the bracelets. You will also be the person who summons Tenmyoji and Quark. Once you've completed all the preparations, then the project can actually begin. January 25th, 2074. You will defrost Phi and carry her to the 3rd AB room. Once you've done that, the 22-year-old version of you from point A will force you out, and you'll just go back 45 years to your own body on December 25th, 2028.
What the fuck, dude? And then I change history. Do you really think I can keep the virus from getting out?
You have to. If you don't, billions of people will die. Only you and Phi can save them.
Well, what about you? Aren't you an Esper too?
I can't do anything on my own. If this is going to work, I'll need your help.
So, what do I need to do?
What do you mean?
Like, what specific actions do I need to take? When Fire and I jump to point A, what are we going to do
You'll
then?
both enter the Mars mission test site.
And after that?
I don't know.
What?
I'm sorry. I really don't know anything about what happens in there. We don't know how the Radical Six escaped. We don't even know why it was there in the first place.
Oh crap. Then we're screwed.
That's why we need your help. You have the ability to jump through time and across parallel worlds. We need you to figure out what happened in that test facility. Things will be difficult, and I'm sure you will find yourself in a great deal of danger, but I believe the two of you can overcome any obstacle.
Wait, how do you know it's so
The
dangerous?
67-year-old version of you told me what happened. He wasn't able to stop the virus. So I suppose you could say you told me after you failed.
What did I
That
say?
the test facility is full of traps. There was one point. A woman's life was in danger. You risked yourself for her sake and lost your arms and your right eye.
Ah, my arms and my right eye. What the hell? Okay. Suddenly, a low rumble shook the building. What was
Go
that?
have a look.
I moved slowly to the window and peered outside. On the horizon, I could see a massive mushroom cloud climbing slowly towards the sky. Would we really be able to change the course of history? No, that was the wrong way to look at it. It couldn't be a question. I had to change history. We could save the world. I'm going to change history. I stared at the darkening skies above us and steeled myself. I would succeed. Well, end or beginning? Bro. Alright, okay. So, wait, what? Oh, we're gonna go down here again, okay.
Where?
Oh! We got a voice!
I see you've finally woken up, Kyle.
Kyle.
Ah, yes. Of course. You've only just woken up in this timeline. It's only natural for some of your memories to be missing.
I lurched upright, jumped off the bed, and ran around to the other side of the partition. The mirror over there, over the sink, was covered with a film of dirt. I wiped it off with my sleeve, and my reflection stared back at me. There was no mistake. The reflection belonged to
Kyle Climb. So, I'm Dr. Climb? Zero Senior's clone?
What? How do you know that? Shouldn't you still be suffering from amnesia?
An excellent question, one I didn't quite know the answer to myself. I knew who Carl Klim was. In another history, he had been called K and had worn a suit of armor. He hadn't just worn the armor in the history though, apparently he'd worn it all of his life. Kyle had been born and raised in this lunar installation which seemed to be called Rhizome 9. Rather late in his life, Arcana had appeared as a mother figure and he had consequently grown very attached to her. I knew everything about him, but even though I knew it, I didn't feel it. Was I really Kyle Klim? Every time I looked in the mirror, I saw his face. The spitting image of Sigma Klim in his younger days. I looked down. There was Dio still handcuffed. I turned back around to Luna.
What day is today?
January 27th, 2074.
Today is the last day of the AB project. Akane has explained everything in the garden. And she drew a knife and attacked Phi.
Yeah, right, Zen.
How long have I been asleep?
About 5 hours in real time. For them, it would have seemed like a little more than 2 hours.
So they still haven't been treated for their Radical 6?
No, they've all been given the antiviral. It just takes a while to have an effect.
I see. So the consciousness of the younger Sigma has gone back into the past. It should have happened right after Akane attacked Phi, right?
Yes.
Why am I here?
The doctor carried you back here. You were in the pod in the garden.
So the person you call the doctor is Sigma Klein, as inhabited by his age-appropriate consciousness.
Yes, but how do you know that?
Dio seems to have remained unconscious.
Yes. I've been administering Soparil whenever he gets restless.
Dude, poor Dio, man. Jesus
They've all
Christ.
gone off to different areas. Tenmyoji and Quark, for instance.
Oh, right. Mr. Klein.
So the sleepyhead's finally up, huh?
What are you two doing here?
You don't know where we are?
This is the upper floor of the pressure exchange chamber. The real one.
Mm-hmm.
We were just about to get dressed and head out.
You plan to return them? To Earth, I mean.
Yeah.
Sigma told us where we could find the shuttle that brought us here. Well, guess he's not really the Sigma I knew anymore. He's Dr. Klein now, or Zero Senior, depending on how you look at it.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Well, I'm just curious why you would choose to return to a devastated planet when you could stay here.
How's staying here gonna help? You aren't gonna say something idiotic about how we should wait here until Sigma changes the past, are you? You can't wait for something that's already happened. Grammar doesn't work that way. Hell, nature doesn't work that way. You following me? We've already lived through history. Sigma failed to keep the virus from getting out. About 45 years ago, Radical 6 created a pandemic and the antimatter reactors blew up. That all happened. Whatever Sigma does in the past, history's not gonna change. In fact, it's because of what he did or didn't do in the past that we've got this past and present.
What the fuck, dude?
Let me give you an example. Imagine a group of 100 motorcycles driving down an endless freeway. Eventually, they hit a junction. The road splits in two. One freeway continues off northwest, and the other stretches out to the northeast. So one guy, we'll call him S, pipes up. "Let's go northwest," he says. So they take the northwestern road, but about a mile past the intersection, something horrible happens.
Ass.
A semi driving the other way veers into their lane and plows through the bikers. 90 of them die. The surviving 10 are wounded, but survive. They don't stop, though. They keep riding down that highway, and eventually they'd gone 10,000 miles. Then suddenly, something happens that they couldn't have predicted. S, who had survived, suddenly has his consciousness thrown back in time. He ends up back in his own body just before they reach the junction. He remembers everything. So what does S do? What anybody would do. Let's go northeast. That means all 100 of the bikers survive to reach their destination, happy and healthy. And they all live happily ever after. That's what you're thinking, right? It's a great outcome for the 100 bikers that went northeast. But what about the 10 that went northwest and survived the accident?
Huh? Wouldn't it be 9 people? I mean, S's mind went back in time, right?
Right. Okay, 9 people then. What happens to the reality they were living? Does it just disappear when S changes the past? It's not as if it was only bad things that happened during that 10,000-mile trip. Maybe one of them fell in love with a woman working at a gas station they stopped at and had a child. Maybe one of them picked up a homeless kid who joined them on their adventure. That 10,000-mile journey would be full of stories. Friendships, farewells, romances. The loss of those 90 lives is horrible and unfortunate. But what would rewriting their history mean?
Bro.
The 9 who survived lived full lives. How can it be right to just erase all that? The survivors overcame their own misery and loss and made the best they could of the hand they'd been dealt. Isn't that worth something? Isn't that the best thing that humans can aspire to? Is there really any point to a world where everything is happy? Are people who struggle for a better life just idiots? Being human is about fighting, even when it seems hopeless, and finding happiness, even in a world that hates it. Are you saying that's worthless? If you're saying rewriting the past will erase all these other timelines, then whatever God wrote those rules can Look, I'm just not going to accept that, all right? You get it?
If Sigma changes the past, then you and Quark will never meet.
Is he right?
No, it's not going to happen. We're here right now. This is reality. Even if Sigma does change the past, we're not just going to disappear or something.
So just...
Then that means we get to stay together? Good.
Thanks, kid.
Aww.
I understand how you feel. Why you want to return to Earth is clear. You have lives there, I imagine. There are likely people waiting for you.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Have you already said goodbye to the others?
Bye, Luna, Alice, and Clover all saw us off. We told them we'd see them again someday, and then came here.
They were the only people you want to say goodbye to?
Well, no point saying anything to Dio.
Besides, he's asleep. You were asleep too.
Sorry, but we didn't really know much about you.
You have a point. Akane was in the armor in this timeline, after all. What about Sigma?
Well, he's not really Mr. Sigma anymore.
Of course. He is Dr. Klein now that his consciousness has returned.
Yeah, but more importantly, he's the guy who brought us all here. Not a lot of warm feelings there, you know?
And Akane?
Never mind her. She's just like him. Not the Akane I knew. She must have seen some pretty awful things over the years. Hell, she might not even be human anymore. But the Akane Kurashiki I know isn't here. She's not anywhere.
Man.
In the end, Clover and I were just pawns. Pawns to be used and then gotten rid of. Still, it's not like we were completely resentful. We had to be here to help change the past. That part's easy to understand. But...
Kinda sucks, though. I mean, Sigma and Phi have it easy. They get to go back to December 25th in 2028. They'll stop the Radical Six and save the world, and then they'll have a nice, normal future to look forward
right?
to.
It's kind of sucks for the others now.
In other words, they get to go back to Point E and just enjoy history like it was supposed to happen.
But we don't. We're stuck with Point C as our starting point.
You told us about Tenmyoji's story, right? The one with the motorcycles? It would be like if Alice and I were kidnapped right before the intersection. Then whoever grabbed us takes us to wherever the bikers are going, 10,000 miles to the northwest.
Don't get us wrong. We know why we had to be here. Without us, S's consciousness wouldn't have been able to go back to right before the intersection.
If that couldn't happen, then the fate of those 90 dead bikers would be sealed. But...
It's still not the best situation for those of us left in the Northwest. We're stuck in the reality where the 90 bikers died.
Are we just supposed to go live on Earth? It's a wasteland now. And what about our friends and families? We left a whole world behind 45 years ago.
Even if it is for the greater good?
It just doesn't seem fair, does it?
Yeah, kinda.
It's a little bit much.
Snake!
So we went and talked to the old lady.
Snake should still be alive, right?
One way.
One way we could get back to the past.
Let's say you do go back to the past. Wouldn't that cause your minds to get thrown back here? That seemed to be how Sigma and Phi's jumps worked, at least.
Yes, you're right.
But this is different.
Different? How so?
Tenmyoji can survive
From
in.
what she said, it sounds like there's
too.
a way we can send our bodies back in time, too.
That's ridiculous. It would create a paradox. How could you have 2 Clovers and 2 Alices at the same time?
But that wouldn't happen.
Akane says there's a way around that.
What?
How on earth does she plan to do that?
Schrodinger's
Cat.
Schrodinger's cat.
Oh, hey, Kyle.
Yo.
Figured you'd come here eventually.
Where's Dr. Klein? Luna said you were with him.
He said he was tired, so he's off resting right now. There's a bedroom at the end of the hallway. He's in there if you're curious. Oh, right. He told me to turn on this hologram projector thing when you showed up. Want me to start it?
Sure.
Glad to see you. There isn't anything in particular that I have to tell you. However, I imagine there are a great number of things weighing on your mind. I'd love to answer all your questions, but unfortunately, my circumstances make that an impossibility. I hope you can forgive me. Everything I know, Phi should also know. I have instructed her to answer any questions anyone might have. Anyone other than Kyle, that is.
What does he mean, other than Kyle?
Who knows? Is there anything you want to ask?
Right, well, I guess I may as well cut to the chase. Just who are you, Phi?
I'm not Superman, that's for sure. And I'm not Batman or Spider-Man or Aquaman or a Merman or a Wolfman.
How many copyrighted infringements are you going here?
Or ramen. I'm not a Cayman either, so you really don't need to worry about anything.
Please don't dodge the question. About 5 hours ago, Akane attacked you with a knife. That triggered something which sent your mind back to the past, correct? Specifically, you were sent to Point D, April 13th, 2029. On that date, your body was already in Akane's custody. Although by then you were in cold sleep. You wouldn't have regained consciousness, but your mind was now inhabiting that body. That pod was your home for 45 years. You slept there, frozen, until the time was right. Then on January 25th, 2074, you were finally thawed out, even though you didn't wake up. Still unconscious, you were carried to the AB room. That was when your consciousness changed bodies again. A version of you from December 25th, 2028 arrived, pushing you out and sending you back to December 25th, 2028. This is when you finally woke up. In 2028, you found and joined forces with Sigma, whose older mind was inhabiting his younger body. Together, you attempted to infiltrate the Mars mission test facility. Fortunately, your plan failed. The Radical Six did escape on New Year's Eve. That failure determined the path you followed. Instead of going along the line that branches out to the right from Point E, you headed straight to Point D. Point D being April 13th of the following year. That was the day that you made your way to Akane's hideout and asked to be put into one of the treatment pods. Another consciousness enters your body around that time from the future. It is, of course, the version of you that left your body when Akane attacked you in the garden. This caused the two versions of you to swap places. You moved 45 years into the future, where you woke up on the garden floor. That put you on the line that comes here. So if we discount the time you spent in cold sleep, for you, only 3.5 months have passed since that happened. That being when you were sent back into the past from the garden. Have I missed anything?
No, everything you talked about you got right.
Well, what do you mean by that?
I'm kind of an unknown variable in this equation. You could think of me as a kind of X factor. It's taken me the last 3.5 months to understand it.
And I haven't understood anything in the last 3.5 seconds. Could you please explain?
It's kind of like the relationship between classical mechanics and modern physics. Strictly speaking, you can't combine velocities with v1 plus v2. v1 V1 plus V2 divided by 1 plus V1 times V2 over c squared is the actual equation. Of course, the sort of velocities we encounter in day-to-day life don't come close to being c squared, which is the speed of light squared. That means that 1 plus V1 times V2 divided by c squared is usually going to evaluate to something pretty close to 1. Since that would mean dividing by 1, it's usually okay to just skip that step and use V1 plus V2. You see what I'm saying?
No.
In most situations, it works, even if it isn't technically correct. So you knew enough to get the stuff you were talking about, right? As long as you stick to that, you won't run into any problems.
I don't quite understand. In fact, I feel like you're dodging my questions.
So is that what you wanted to ask about?
No. What I really want to know is what happened between Christmas and New Year's Eve in 2028. You and Sigma infiltrated the Mars mission test site, didn't you?
Yes.
What happened there? How did Sigma lose his eye and both his arms? And why was Radical 6 in there in the first place? What could a deadly virus have to do with the simulated mission to space?
Sorry, but I can't tell you that.
Why?
Because it would change history. There is a history where the virus didn't escape. That's the line that goes to the right of point E. In that timeline, humanity isn't heading for annihilation, and Earth isn't red. The future is much brighter. But if I tell you what you're asking me right now, then that reality will disappear. You understand?
I don't. Why would all of that disappear if you told me what I want to know?
You're about to go back to the past, right?
The past? Don't be silly. I can't do that.
Then where the hell did you learn all this stuff? I just listened to you tell me a bunch of things you shouldn't have known about. You were sleeping in the pod in the garden. You just woke up. So how can you know all this? You know my past. Sigma's past.
I shall give you your answer. You are not Kyle Climb.
What is
your
happening?
Your body is Kyle's, but your consciousness is not.
What?
Think about
What's
it.
going on?
Do you really believe you are Kyle? Or could you be someone else entirely?
Then, where is the real Kyle's consciousness?
He was thrown out when you entered. Right now, in a manner of speaking, he has arrived at December 25th, 2028. His consciousness has gone into a body from that time. I doubt you know how much the doctor loves Kyle. He raised him on his own. Kyle is irreplaceable. Do you really think he would go back to the past and leave Kyle behind here? I know what I told the others, that Kyle was Dr. Climb's spare, but that was not his only purpose. Kyle's consciousness is integral to what we are trying to accomplish. This new mission begins on Christmas and ends on New Year's Eve 2028. Its purpose will be to infiltrate the test facility and prevent the spread of the virus. For this to happen, Kyle is absolutely necessary.
And that is why he created him?
Yes.
So now that my consciousness has entered his body, the doctor has achieved his objective. Kyle has gone back to 2028 to participate in his mission.
Correct.
There's one thing that troubles me. Kyle was created before reaching point B from point D. That means his body did not exist on Christmas in 2028. Does that mean he has entered my body? Have we just switched places?
I suppose you could put it that way, yes.
That's ridiculous. What's going to happen to me? You telling me I have to spend the rest of my life here in this box, living in a borrowed body?
No, not at all. You can travel freely through time and space. You are an uncontrolled variable that entered our closed system. As such, the rules of this world do not apply to you.
I have no idea what...
Please don't try to play dumb. I know what you are. Surely you must know by now, too. You are about to go into the past and save the world. Phi and Sigma, even with all of his future knowledge, will need your help. Only you can right the horrible wrongs of our past. Only you can save the world.
There's no way I...
Yes, there is. You have to. Don't you want to know the truth? Don't you want to know what happened in between Christmas and New Year's Eve in 2028?
Well, yes, I do, but...
Then you must believe. Reality is shaped by what we believe reality should be. If observation can change the motion of a particle, then how is it odd to think that human thought can shape reality? Your will can change history. The world will be reshaped into the one you imagine. Remember what I've told you. Only you can change history. Only you can save the world.
That's the end? What the fuck? Oh, wait, that's it. There's nothing more. That's the game. That's it. Yeah, just checked it as well. Like, I got all the achievements other than finding all secret files. So that is the end. There's nothing else. Oh my god, dude. Oh, what the fuck? So it's like a whole fucking setup for the last game now. Oh boy. Well, I guess I start downloading the the next game. Oh, what the fuck? What a fucking ride, man. Holy shit. Bruh. That was something. That was so confusing. What the fuck? Oh god.